So this is the actual thing we are going to study in standard 12th. In this chapter, we will study elementary transformation, inverse of a matrix and application of matrices. The complete chapter is divided into 3 units. Now if you'll observe third unit, that is application of matrices, it has two methods, method of inversion and method of reduction. For method of inversion, it means we will be using inverse that we will learn from unit 2. Okay, and for method of reduction, we will be using elementary transformation. Now let us come to the unit 2.2. In inverse of matrix, there are again two methods, that is elementary transformation and adjoint method. So again we have elementary transformation. So elementary transformation is used in both the units, that is in 2.2 and 2.3 both. So it is very important to understand elementary transformation. These are the three elementary transformations that we will be learning today. The first one is interchange of any two rows or any two columns. It allows you to interchange any two rows or any two columns. Let's, for an example, take a matrix A, okay, and here the operation is C1 interchanged by C2. Now what is C1? C1 is column 1, and what is C2? C2 is column 2. Okay, so let me write this operation, C1 interchanged by C2. Therefore A is equivalent to 4, 3, 5, 1. If you'll observe, I have just changed the place of the columns. For the second one, that is second matrix B, the operation is R1 interchanged by R2. So again, therefore, B is equivalent to, the first row is interchanged with the second row. So what is the second row? Second row is 4, 5. So that I'll write at a place of first row, 4, 5 and 3, 1. This is the basic operation that we have to keep in mind. Now next thing, we have a question from the exercise, that is the first exercise, that is we have given a matrix A, we are given with the matrix B, we have to do the operation. This operation I have done for you above. Now you have to answer this question, that what do you observe? That is the homework for you. Now the second elementary transformation is multiplication of the elements of any row or column by a non-zero scalar. Non-zero scalar means any number. Now here the first example is we have a matrix A given to us and we have to do the operation 2C2. What does this mean? We have to multiply column 2 with a scalar, that is 2. Okay, so therefore new matrix which will be equivalent to the original matrix, we can write it as 1, 2 multiplied to 2 is 4 and minus 1 will be as it is. Next 0. Now this element is again multiplied to 2. 2 ones are 2 and 3. There is no change in first column and third column. Only what is the change? There is a change in the second column. Okay. Similarly, we will do the operation for row. I have shown it for column above. I'll show it for row also. Okay. What is the matrix given to us? Matrix is B matrix. Okay. And the operation is minus 3 R1. So new matrix that will be formed will be equivalent to the original matrix, and that we can write it as, there is change in only first row. So minus 3 into 1, that is minus 3, 0 into minus 3 is 0, and minus 3 into 2 is minus 6. There is no change in the second row. So I'll write it as it is. Understood? Now again I have given an exercise question over here. I have showed you the transformations, right? Now what you have to do, find the addition of the two new matrices. What are the new matrices? This is one matrices and this is another one. You have to find the addition of the two matrices. For addition, I have already shown you how to add two matrices. Okay, this is exercise question number 4. Okay. Now third operation is adding the scalar multiples of all the elements of any row or column to a corresponding element of any other row or column. Now what is the meaning of this? If a matrix is given to you, okay, and the operation is given. Now if you'll observe this operation, what does this means is a column 2 is multiplied by a scalar. Okay, means every element of column 2 will be multiplied by 2. Okay, and after that it will be added to the column number 3. Okay, now let us see how this operation works. Now a new matrix that will be formed will be equivalent to the original matrix and can be written as there is no change in the column 1, right? 1, 2, 3. It will be as it is. Now whatever first entry is here, we are doing operation on that column or row. So your first entry is C3. So our operation will be on column 3. Okay. So therefore column 2 will be as it is. So it is -1, 1 and 3. Now the transformation is on third column. Okay. So third column will change. What is that transformation? That is C3. What is the element of C3? 3. And what is the operation? Plus 2C2. What is the element of C2? That is -1. Okay. Now after that, what is the next element of C3? That is 0 plus 2 into 1. This one is the element of second column. Okay. And what is the third one? Third element of column 3, that is 1 plus 2 into what is the element of column 2? That is 3. So what will be our new matrix? New matrix will be 1, 2, 3, -1, 1, 3. It will be 3 minus 2, that is 1. It will be 2 on the 2 and it will be 6 plus 1, that is 7. Understood what I have done in the first transformation? Okay. Now similarly I can show you the transformation for the rows as well. Now this tells me that row 2 is multiplied by 2 and it is added to the first row. Okay. Now again a new operation. Let's number it as 2 and this was the first operation. Okay. These two things are different. Now this is the operation on row. Okay. So new matrix that will be formed will be equivalent to the original matrix. Now what is the first element over here? Sorry, not element. We can say row or column. So what is the first row over here? That is R1. So changes will happen in row 1. Okay. Now if changes are going to happen in the row 1. Okay. What are those changes? What are those changes? Now the changes are R1. What is the first element of row 1? That is 1. Okay. Plus 2 into what is the first element of row 2? That is 2. Okay. What is the second element of row 1? That is -1 plus 2 into what is the second element of row 2? That is 1. Okay. What is the third element of row 1? That is 3 plus 2 into what is the third element of row 2? That is 0. Okay. Now there is no change in row 2 and row 3. So I will write it as it is. So it will be 2, 1, 0, 3, 3, 1. Okay. Can you simplify this? So here it will be 5. Here it will be 1. And here it will be 3. I don't have a place to write over here. So you just write down the final matrix. That is 5, 1, 3, 210331. Now I have constructed a question for you, a similar type of question. This you have to do as a homework. So in this you have got three question as a homework, that is from the exercise question number 3, question number 4, and one more similar question which is not from the exercise. Now the next question from the exercise, question number 6. Okay, now if you will remember, while explaining the elementary transformation, the third type, we have already done this part, right? We have already done this part. We have formed C3 plus 2C2, right? So what was the answer for that? That was A equivalent to a new matrix that we had formed, that is 1 minus 1 1, 2 1 2, 3 3 7. You can go back and check it. Okay, we have already done this. Now after doing this operation, there is one more operation. It says that after doing this operation you have to do one more operation, that is 3R3. Okay, so I'll apply one more operation on this, that is 3R3. So what is the meaning of this? That is only row 3 is multiplied by the scalar, that is 3. So there is no change in first row and second row, so it will be as it is. So it will be 1 minus 1 1, 2 1 2, and 3 is multiplied to the row 3, that is 3 3 is a 9, again 3 3 is a 9, and 7 3 is a 21. That's it. That is the final answer. Okay, now a similar type of question is there, question number 5. That is a homework for you. Okay, same operations are there, only the orders are changed. In this, first they have done 3R3 and then C3 plus 2C2. Okay, it's a similar question, and after finding out the answer for question number 5, you have to conclude from the example 5 and 6 that what you observe. Okay, now next question from the exercise is question number 7 we will be doing. Okay, this question says use suitable transformation. Transformation, just now we have seen what are the transformation on a matrix is given, that is 1 2 3 4, to convert it into an upper triangular matrix. Upper triangular matrix, that is why I have given the revision of the types of matrices. Now what is upper triangular matrix? Upper triangular matrix is a matrix in which all the elements below the diagonal are 0. Okay, now this is 2 by 2 matrix, so there will be only one element that will become 0, that is this element. Okay, now let us name this matrix as A. Okay, 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is our original matrix. Now to make it upper triangular matrix, this 3 I have to make it 0. Now it will become 0 when I will subtract 3 from that element. Now it is not possible to subtract 3 from that element because we don't have that in our transformation. So what do we have in our transformation? That is, we can either multiply with a scalar to the complete row, or we can subtract, or we can take a help of any other row, that is row 1, to make it 0. So if you'll observe row 1, the first element is 1, correct? So if I will multiply 3 to that 1, okay, and subtract that from this 3, okay, so I'll get 0, right? That will help me to transform our matrix into upper triangular matrix. So I can identify the operation over here. Okay, this element I have taken from where? I have taken it from row 1, right? What I have multiplied to that element? That is 3. Okay, minus from where I have taken this element? I have taken this element from row 2, right? So R2, this will be my operation. So you all understood how easy it is to identify what operation I have to apply. Okay, so my new operation will be R2 minus 3R1 on the original matrix. So therefore, if I'll apply R2 minus 3R1 to my original matrix, I'll get a new matrix, that is there is no change in the first row, right? So that will be 1, 2. Okay. Now here we will have changes in R2. What are those changes? That is 3 minus 3 into 1. Okay. And the next is 4 minus 3 into 2. Right. So that will give me 1, 2, 0, 4 minus 6, that is minus 2. Understood? Now all the entries below the diagonal are 0, right? So I have transformed this matrix into the upper triangular matrix. This is the required thing. So therefore A is equivalent to the new matrix that is formed, that is 1, 2, 0, minus 2, that is upper triangular matrix. Okay, hope you all understood what we have done in this question. Now let us go to the 8th question of the exercise. Now 8th question says convert the given matrix into an identity matrix by a suitable row transformation. Now transformation we have already studied, right? Identity matrix also we know. What is the meaning of identity matrix? All the diagonal elements are 1 and above and below the diagonal all the elements are 0. I have written 2 by 2 matrix because our question is of the form 2 by 2. Okay. Now here basic things you have to keep in mind is if we have 2 by 2 matrix, okay, let me take an element A, B, C and D. Okay. To make it into an identity matrix, okay, what we have to do is we have to convert this element, okay, that will be a step 1. What will be step 1? That is converting A to 1. Okay, we'll make whatever element we will have here, we'll convert it to 1. Okay, we'll try to make it 1. After that, whatever element is below that 1, okay, we will make it 0. That will be step 2. Okay, below 1 make all elements 0. Okay, after that here this element we will convert it to 1. Okay, make D as 1. After that step 4 will be make B 0 with help of below 1. Okay, now let us convert the given matrix into identity matrix. Okay, so our given matrix is 1 minus 1 2 3. We'll convert it to a identity matrix. Okay, so here what is our requirement? We need to have 1. It is already there. Okay, so we don't have to bother about it. Now after that this element we have to make 0. Okay, what is that element? That element is 2. Okay, minus I have to subtract something from this to get 0. Okay, so I have to subtract 2 with the help of first row, that is first element. Here I can make it 0, right? So this I have taken from R1, the scalar that I have multiplied is 2, subtracted from R2. Okay, this operation will help us to bring here 0. Okay, so let us apply the operation. What operation? Keep in mind that is R2 minus 2R1. So R2 minus 2R1, that will give us a new matrix. There is no change in the first row, right? So it will be as it is, and this element will become 2 minus 2 into 1. Okay, I'm writing it in a like non-simplified form because you should understand it. Okay, but from next time we will not write like this. We'll directly write the answer. Okay, so now 3 minus 2 into what is the second element of first row? That is minus 1. So basically this matrix is 1 minus 1, 0, 3 plus 2, that is 5, right? So now what operation you will do on this matrix to get 1 over here? So I know if I divide the whole row with 5, I will get 1 over there, okay? So my next operation is 1 by 5 multiplying row 2 by 1 by 5, okay? So that will give me 1 minus 1, 0 and 1 over here, right? Now what is the next task? To bring 0 over here. So that is simple now. If I will add this minus 1 with this 1, okay, so definitely I will get 0. So my next operation will be R1 plus R2. It will have no effect on the first element because here we have 0. So 1 plus 0, that gives us 1 only. Okay, minus 1 plus 1, that gives me 0. No change in the second row, so it will be as it is. Okay, so this is the required form, that is identity matrix. This is the last question of the exercise, that is the 9th question. Okay, this contains 3 by 3 matrix. What does the question says? Question says that transform the given matrix into upper triangular matrix by a suitable column transformation. Now what is the meaning of upper triangular matrix? Upper triangular matrix means a matrix whose elements below the diagonal are 0. Okay, so here what we need to do is, this is our diagonal, these elements we will have to make 0. Okay, so let us write down the given matrix with some name, that is A. Let's call this matrix as A, that is 1 minus 1 2, 2 1 3, 3 2 4. Okay, now to make our work easy, what I can do is, I'll first make this element as 1. Okay, I'll bring 1 at this position. So how can I bring 1 at that position? I'll multiply third column by 1 by 4. That will help me bring 1 at that position. Okay, so a new matrix that I will get is 1 2 3 minus 1 1 2. There is no change in the first column and the second column. There will be a change in the third column. What will be the change? That will be 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1 over here. Everyone follow till here? Now let's move on to the next step. Now let's make 0 over here and here with the help of this 1. Okay, so what operation I will do is C2 minus 2C3, because C2 is 2 minus 2C3, that will give me 0. Okay, so to do this operation, what I'll do, the changes will happen in column 2, right? So I'll write down first column as it is, I'll write down third column as it is. Okay, for second column I'll do the calculation over here. What is our operation? That is C2 minus 2C3. Okay, now I will write down the elements of column 2. What are those? Minus 1 1 2. What is the operation? Minus 2 C3 minus 2 C3 minus 2 C3. Now I'll write down the elements of column 3, that is 1 by 2, 3 by 4 and 1. So this gives me 0. This gives me minus 1 minus 1, that is minus 2. Okay, this gives me 1 minus 6 by 4, that is 4 minus 6, that is minus 2 by 4, that is again minus 1 by 2. Follow till here? Okay, let's write it down over here. That will be minus 2 minus 1 by 2 and 0 over here. Everyone follow till here? Now let's go to the next operation. Now these 3 I'll make 0 over here, okay, with the help of again this 1. So that operation will be C1 minus 3 C3. Okay. Now there is no change in the second column and the third column, so I'll write down them as it is. Minus 2 minus 1 by 2 0, 1 by 2 3 by 4 and 1 over here. Okay. Now I'll write down the operation. What operation we have here? That is C1 minus 3 C3. What are the elements of column 1 now? 1, 2, 3 minus 3. What is the element of column C3? That is 1 by 2. What is the element of column 3? That is 3 into 3 by 4. And here it is minus 3 into 1. Okay, so the last element will become 0. The second last element will become minus 1 by 4, and this will become minus 1 by 2. Okay, so it will be minus 1 by 2 over here, minus 1 by 4 over here, and it will be 0 over here. So we have got 0 at 2 required places. Now only one place is remaining, this one. So to make our work easy, what shall I do is, I'll multiply column 1 by 4. Let's better multiply by minus 4. Okay, so that will eliminate my denominator. And column 2 by minus 2. Okay, and column 3 by 4. This operation will give me a new matrix that will be 2, 4, 2, 1, 1, 3, 0, 0, 4. Okay, now it is easy to bring here 0 with the help of this one. Okay, so simply I have to subtract. So C1 minus C2, that gives me minus 2, 0, 0, 4 minus 1, 4, 1, 0, and 2, 3, 4. There will be no change in the second column now and third column. So this is equivalent to the original matrix. That is our required form of upper triangular matrix. That is below the diagonal all the elements are 0.